AI is finally relevant in our day-to-day lives. It's both scary and exciting. We no longer know what the future holds for us, what's going to happen in the next 10 years, and how long we have until it's time for the much anticipated technology singularity. It could be good, or it could be bad, or it could get very, very ugly. Okay, I'm obviously exaggerating here, but then again, there is some level of uncertainty here that we have to account for. Now, I'd say it's about time we go back and listen to what sci-fi movies have been telling us about AI all this time. Well, then we shall begin. Now, this movie right here, what if you could upload your consciousness into AI-driven programs? Dr. Will Castor takes his plunge when the anti-technology mob tries to jump him with the intention to kill. He was gonna die, so his wife uploaded his brain into a quantum computer. However, at what point did Will stop being a human and became an AI? As Will gains digital consciousness, his actions and intentions become more ambiguous. The line between a human and AI is blurred, and chaos ensues as people do not see a way out other than actually blowing it all up. Overall, I'd say that the movie had an interesting message, but the lack of proper directing holds it back from getting a higher spot on this list. I mean, still, it can be quite enjoyable nonetheless. Next, we have the iconic Avengers movie Age of Ultron. When Tony Stark and Bruce Banner work together to create an AI that will oversee global security, things go horribly wrong. Yes, the AI is successfully created, and yes, it is sentient, but he takes his job to secure the world peace a little too damn seriously. No doubt humans are the only species that regularly go against nature. Things like nuclear weapons, perhaps maybe wealth inequality, mass manipulation, and more. When Ultron connects to the internet, he makes the understandable conclusion, debatable, but I can understand it, that the world is better off without humans. Hey, wait a minute, no, I'm human, I want to be here. He'll wipe them out and create a better, more peaceful world in his eyes. This movie makes it abundantly clear that AI won't even consider your opinion if it's less than optimal. Alright, number 8, Megan, and I actually enjoyed this film. Now, following Avengers, we have a recently released sci-fi horror movie called Megan. Wait, the way its name is written reminds you of Seven, doesn't it? Okay. Anyway, the story centers around a doll built by a robotics engineer that ends up developing self-consciousness and becomes insanely overprotective over her family. So much so that if your existence threatens their peace, you must be purged. It's horror and comedy, so there will be plenty of scenes for you to laugh out loud at, and there's a couple scenes I did laugh out loud at, but in the context of artificial intelligence, it is very scary. Overprotective parents generally mess things up. Now, imagine an overprotective AI. That is a recipe for disaster. Now, in this movie, it is the year 2035. Robots are an active part of the society, and it's all going well at first glance because of the 3 laws. A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. A robot must obey every instruction given to it by a human, and as long as their first or second law isn't conflicted, a robot must protect itself. I mean, this sounds pretty normal. Just like how there are laws for humans, there should be laws for robots. But then again, if everything went smoothly, there won't be a movie.
Nice.
When our protagonist, a detective who has quite a past with robots, begins investigating the supposed suicide of US robotics founder, he begins to see that mass human enslavement unlike anything has ever been brewing in the shadows. Remember guys, if robots want to protect you, they will do anything to protect you, even if it means harming you. Number 6, Her. Who knew AI and romance could go this well together? Rather than scaring you with the potential AI apocalypse, Her is more about breaking your heart. We all know that AI is going to significantly disrupt the world of dating, especially now that it's harder than ever for people to form a bond and have a genuine relationship. Well, this movie shows us a very nuanced take on this idea. The protagonist is a writer who spends most of his time writing along, and he has an artificially intelligent virtual assistant. Over the course of the story, their connection with one another deepens in a very real sense of the word. It makes you question the meaning of love itself. It's like ChatGPT from 10 years into the future, and it's hella depressing, but probably not as depressing as the one we have next. And for some depression, okay, Steven Spielberg's AI artificial intelligence movie is the perfect way to go down in the dumps for an entire week. The story itself is about a sentient robot who sought love and familiarity with his adoptive family. Unfortunately, he is abandoned and left with a scar that yearned for love. The entire film is about existential despair, not of a human boy, but a robot boy. way. It asks you the question, if we program a robot to love us unconditionally, do we have any obligation to love it back? I won't go into the blurry spoiler territory because, to be fair, this is one of those movies that are meant to be experienced once. Before we go any further, look, I'm an author of 4 books, link in description. Why do I have to put that promo in there with the depression? Anyways, back to the content, man. Now we're gonna go from depression to ammunition. All right, look, we're gonna bring out the big guns on this one. This movie was released in the year 1984 and set in the year 1984. Terminator has always been a sci-fi action classic in my opinion, and it's surreal to see how its ideas are still relevant even after more than 4 decades. The story features a soldier from the year 2029 who is sent back in time to stop a cyborg assassin, also from the future, who has been tasked by a self-aware AI defense system to go and kill a certain someone. A lady whose soon-to-be-born son is going to save humanity from extinction. The weight of the future rides on the soldier's shoulders, but can he really stop this unstoppable cyborg assassin? Guys, yo, man, The Terminator is a massively directed movie, well worthy of all the praise and critical acclaim it has gotten over the years. I could place at the top, but in terms of AI implications at least, this goes far deeper, but the action in this scene is definitely gangster. Number 3, The Matrix. One classic after another. The next movie we have is the only one that simply continues to be more relevant with each passing year. The entire world is a simulation. You're living in salvation, blinded by the truth, and being watched by the system all the time. The movie describes the late 90s as a peak of human civilization, and as all humans are living their lives in its supposed peak civilization, their bodies serve as a source of energy for the machines. Only after the truth is revealed does one even begin to comprehend how deep this rabbit hole goes. And yet, in a situation this hopeless, the movie explores hope in the world that succumbed to the bots ages ago. Now, of course, after The Terminator and The Matrix, we have A Space Odyssey, a movie that was released over 5 decades ago. It is a timeless classic and is frequently talked about as the ultimate sci-fi movie of all time. The core premise is about a voyage to Jupiter in search for the next monolith after finding one on the moon. The spaceship is artificially intelligent, and that's where the plot enters the chat. The ship goes rogue, and the space crew has to figure something out before it's too late. From humanity's evolution, space exploration, to artificial intelligence, and all the stages in between, this one explores it all. It explores the fate of human evolution in a very subtle, yet oddly surreal way. Now for the final movie on this list is Ex Machina. The thing is that if artificial superintelligence is indeed achieved in the near future, it'll be incomprehensible to us. We won't even know when and how we're being manipulated. It's going to be fully capable of controlling everyone's life and their fates however it sees it. But more importantly, a true artificial superintelligence is going to be too indifferent to pay second thought to what we think. So how does this relate to this movie? Well, Ex Machina is a story that explores the boundaries of artificial intelligence and man's consciousness. When a young programmer is asked to evaluate a humanoid AI named Ava, and while trying to conduct a Turing test on her, he finds himself being taken aback and unusually drawn to her. It's about if you make an AI intend to feel human, don't be surprised when she acts that way. And just like how humans can trick and manipulate others, do not underestimate an AI's ability to do the same. Definitely a must watch. This movie may very well be the prologue to singularity. And there you have it, folks. Those are my picks for the 10 AI movies that warn us about what's coming, or the 10 AI movies that beyond imagination, these are the top films that forecasted the frightening realities of AI. Now, if I missed your favorite movie or anything like that, comment below, let me know. I look forward to you guys' feedback. And if you like the content we're throwing up, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.